Hello guys, welcome back to The Crew 2. Noob does summit number 7. One track mind. That is what we're going to do here. As the title suggests, I am playing on single screen and cannot see the chat in case somebody shows up here. But that will be for the last time. I've ordered a second screen. It should be here tomorrow, so I can read the chat in the next upcoming streams. Let's first have a look how that we did last week. Should be fine, I think, for the platinum. $272nd. 200,000 followers. Some common green tire vanity items. The legendary boosted part for the drift, which should, if everything is correctly, it should complete the set that we already won some parts from a couple of weeks ago. So we will have a look on that, and then of course the hypercar Lamborghini Huracan Performante. From what I hear, that thing lacks a little bit of top speed, but other than that, it's one of the best handling cars in the hyper category, from what I hear. Some people have already been testing it. So let's collect all this. There we go. Let's start with checking a few things out. Our parts should be in the mailbox, and they are not. Interesting. Or they are not visible. Ah, there they are. Giving us 3 parts. Brake, suspension and exhaust. Is that the ones that we were missing? Hopefully. Drift car. That's this thing here. It seems to be the ones that we are missing. Over here we have a hot 10% and a slippery 10%. Slippery 10 it was, but I recalibrated already to 14. So I'm gonna do the same here. Eh? Let's have a look what we get this time. Yeah, the same parts. Slippery 10, hot hat 10. So they sort of wanna give us the perfect set, I guess. On this driver, that is very convenient, because I did not have them yet. That completes it. Hot hat 80% and slippery 111. That of course should be 123. But we still need to recalibrate these parts. But we will do that later, because yeah, we're gonna need the money, and more than likely we'll just have enough. Now, gonna leave out for a second. And see our car. Here it is. Huracan Performante. Let's take some of these parts off and quickly see how this thing does. Settings, yeah, I don't know if they work, but I'm gonna gamble here and I'm gonna copy the settings of my Huracan in street race. See if that works. Let's see. That seems to work. 1, 2, 3. That's right. We don't have a differential distribution. Kind of strange. As far as I know, the Huracan is 4-wheel drive, so also this Performante version should be 4-wheel drive. Okay. The brake balance at 7, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. Camber also on 3-4 and 4-3. Okay, let's go with those settings and quickly drive this thing and see if it's drivable with these settings that I have on my. Oh yes, very nice. Select the car, please. Quickly go in automatic. Not bad. That's it, so I probably need to adjust the aero a little bit or the anti-roll bars. Going on. Not that bad. It was just a first drive, a quick first drive, because of course we are here to do the summit. Let's see, what do we have to do here? Yeah, we'll collect this. See, what do we have here? Some icon points to spend. Drag bump, I guess. And over here I'm going to start building on gifted, because one of these next weeks, not 100% sure, but I think the Flying Germans, which is in the upcoming schedule for the summit, is has a monster arena. So I need to build up some points on gifted. Of course I can always reset if needed in case I don't have enough. Fastest way to go here, I always go to news, go to the contracts. Not that I go inside of that orange bus, but that's the quickest way to go into the summit. Okay, let's have a look. The Las Vegas Showdown, Burly Brow. This is definitely one that I'm not looking forward to. Seems to be something with the Demolition Derby. The Flying Germans we already played in the preview of the Hotshots update, and yeah, there were a few issues there. Was an escape test where you can do like 150 kilometers on the map. That has been fast forwarded meanwhile to the dev, so it might be possible that they change that escape by the time that the Flying Germans comes into play. And then of course we have there that strange touring car track with the jumps, serial jumpers or whatever it's called. And the coming soon is the American way. It's probably gonna be a summit where we can only use American cars. For next week, let's have a look. Las Vegas Las Vegas Showdown, we have a jet sprint. I'm assuming that's going to be the Las Vegas track. We have an air race. That's also going to be the Las Vegas track, I'm assuming. Okie-do. We have a drift, which is restricted to USA cars. So, for GT, Mustang maybe. And we do not need to do a drift event, but we need to drive that thing on a street race track by the looks of it. Interesting. We have a street race with the bikes. Yeah, that's going to be one of the Vegas tracks, obviously. A hypercar Lamborghini, more than likely going to be the White Rock Hills. And we have a drift event with no restriction. Seeing we just completed our drift set, everybody should have the maxed out slippery and all that kind of stuff. But that's for next week. This week, on the other hand, it's one track minded and it's all blue family. But as you can see, we have a few problems here. The touring car GT LMS we do not have, and we also do not have the Bugatti. There is a pack available with both of those cars. We have the Bugatti Chiron and the Ford GT LMS, and also the Ford GT 2005. So yeah, what we're gonna do is take a quick look. Yeah, obviously here they are using that car, but what are people using here? That's the question. What is the fastest, the Devo or the Chiron? That is what we want to know. And of course you also have the Carbon Edition in case you are Icon 1000 from the timeline. On this Noob driver we are far from that, so don't have to worry about that. It would also be interesting if this thing would actually load some names so that we can see who is who and who is using what. We have Chocohex with the Devo, we have GNU with the Chiron, Nordfriese with the Devo. There seems to be not that much into it though. I see some Chirons, I see some Chiron Carbon Edition, I see some Devos. And it is the Jersey racetrack, eh? We're gonna have to have a look into that because I can buy the bundle, of course. I need to do the math on that because of course the Devo is not in a bundle, and which also probably, although I have the season pass on this car, so I already on this driver, so I already have 20% discount. But I don't think I have enough if I buy the Devo that I have enough for the Ford GT LMS. So I probably have no other choice than to buy the Summit package. We have two Alpha GPs and we have a touring car with no restriction, and we have a touring car where it's only Fords. Let's have a look what they are using there. I think there are 5 or 6 Fords. Also here they are using the GT LMS by the looks of it. There's also the Ford Focus, the Ford Raptor, the Ford Mustang, and the Ford GT 2005. But seeing they're all using the GT LMS, I'm assuming that's the fastest. Although I'm not so sure about that, to be honest. We have an escape. Let's have a look what's going on there. Frauscher, so that seems to be an escape with a boat on the water. We have a slalom. MV Augusta. The Devo. All kind of things. Okay, and we have a speed rep. Let's have a look. 617 dragsters. People are using here. And we have the whole whatchabadoodle, Hurricane Performante, and the Lamborghini Egoista. Yeah, there is some new bug going on, and it has to do with all-wheel drive cars. The devs are on it. They are trying to fix it, and that's what these people are using here. Sort of, yeah, it sort of has the same effect as the clutch bug in the Crew 1, where you had to press in the Crew 1 you had to press like crazy on the clutch, and then that car kept going, and then whenever to the maximum speed. 719.7, yeah, the maximum speed in this game is 720 kilometers an hour, which you can normally only get with slipstream with dragsters. But people are doing it now solo with this bug and thing, and of course it's always the same people who are doing it. Just the fear to lose one of these summits. Can you imagine? From day one up till now, he's in first place. And although he's fast and all that, just the fear of losing makes him do all kind of stupid stuff. Yeah, we need to buy that thing first, because we're gonna need it anyway. Let's have a quick look if I can actually buy the this one is available in the bundle, right? The Devo is 2 million. If I buy the Devo, and that is already with 20% discount because I have a season pass holder. But if I buy that Devo, then I cannot buy the LMS separately, I think. Nope, then I'm a bit short, because then I need 2,500,000 something. So I have no other choice than to buy the bundle, because that I can afford, because I believe it is 25% discount, and I already have 20% discount on the prices as it is. Oh, it's 20% discount for the one-track mind, and that gives us the Chiron, the 2005 Ford GT, and the 2016 Ford GT LMS. So yeah, we're gonna have to buy that bundle. 2.2 million, which leaves us with 200,000. That's that. And we'll figure it out once we go. Let's start. Longer introduction now, because yeah, we had a car which we have to drive in quickly, and so we will do that. I will put a description in the video, which I will export to YouTube, so that people know that at this moment in time we're gonna start the summit. Yeah, we'll first do the speed trap thing, see what it's all about, where it is. Under the 100 kilometers. Okay. We'll put that on for now. I'm gonna take the parts of the Performante for now. And I'm already gonna put them on the Chiron. Drag bump stays the same, I don't need a sensor, so then that's a better part. Chiron, do we have settings on that thing? Yeah, we do somewhere. Hypercars, please. Oh, there we have it. No, I don't have settings. Well, I do have settings, but I haven't written them down. So we need to check that later. Speed trap. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to use the drag car, but I don't know how much I have here. 378. Holy moly moly. One day. Hopefully that thing is fixed. 526. What does that give us? 100,000 points. Oh, let's see what settings do I have here. They're not steering enough, so we have to play around with it a bit. 6 and then to 10, 9, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 7, 7, 9, 10. Let's try that. See if that steers a little bit better in that corner. Need to stay under 100 kilometers an hour here, otherwise this thing triggers. By 41.8. $106,000. Okay. One more try. More right squad. Keep the thing in 5th gear. Not by the looks of it. Maybe get some slipstream. 558.9. Bad shifting, by the way. 112. So yeah, you can probably get over 600, maybe even towards 700 if you do this with slipstream. But it's okay. 112,000. That's our weekly goal, so to score 100,000 in this thing. And then a total of 1 million. What is this here? Okay, slalom. Aha, moment. That is a different story. Because here we can play, I think. If I'm not mistaken, I do have a set and it's maxed out. I think. Yep. Pure 66%, skilled 75% with the score breaker. We should be able to play around with this thing. Yep. That is, of course, if you pick the bike. Oh, we need a favorite thing. We certainly need a favorite filter. We really do. Oh, ow. Okay. What we need here is sunshine. Because these bikes, they don't steer that great when we have wet surface and the snow is still on the ground. $31,230, whatever that means. Let's have a look in the leaderboards quickly. 154,000. '51st. Yeah, I think it's pretty clear. We need dry weather because we need to go faster. Let's first have a look on the other one. Slightly drying out. Sun is shining, but we get rid of the weather. So that the bike steering a little bit. First I have to go look on the boating and then come back here when it dried out and see if we can improve a little bit. But 154,000, yeah. Once you have a score breaker set, those are like the 155, 144, 156,000 is like scores that you're always gonna get. Let's have a look what this is about. This is an escape, but it was on the water, I thought. Which is a problem. Because I only have this boat here. Of course, you can also not see where to go. That's uphill. Probably not the best way to jump over the dam. Under 18,000. That's not that bad for a first run. Let's go back to the summit thing and do the slalom quickly. Why does it put me in this thing again? Might also be an option, but I don't have a score breaker set on that one, so I need to take a bike. Why do these people always stand in the middle of a start? Set. That doesn't count. Always come from. If you want to load the ghost, one of your friends or so, that usually doesn't work, but these random ghosts out of nowhere, they always appear when you start one of these things. $31,730. Can do better than that, because I hit a few of these things and steering is not super yet. But put us 12th. That's a world record. A23. first corner needs to be better to get over 800. We've done 2 runs and it's starting to get dark again. We're gonna get rain now. Snow just disappeared. Oh, that didn't count. Was a better start. Ghost is also annoying. To check what I have here, I've been doing a few of these things once I had the score breaker set for the pre-roll. $7.99. We're getting there. Not perfect yet. Where are we now? Top 6. Let's load GeForce. Was a more cleaner run, but a bit slower, I think. Yeah, it is definitely something where we can get. But as you can see, even if I would make 31,800, wouldn't change that much in the summit score itself. It's always gonna be somewhere around 154,000, so that's fine. The GT Le Mans race car. Okay. GT Le Mans race car, and where are my parts? I think they're on the Ferrari. Oh, we have some yellows here. Not that they are super, but we at least have the car maxed out. This one. And what do we have here? Extra pump there. Sensor and skilled. That will take the slipstream also will not help that much, but we guess we have to do it with this. It's a mix of all kind of affixes. Is this one maxed out? Yeah, frenetic 3%, pure 8%, but I don't have any refill of the nitro. I have a bit here. Settings. I'm gonna gamble here and copy the settings of the MC12 and see if they work on this car. 1, 2, 3, 10, 10, 10, 10, that's all fine. 7 is also fine. Suspension doesn't matter that much on a track. 6, 4, 5, 3. That's what I have on the MC12. I kinda doubt it though, because I think the brake balance was at 0 with that thing. (16.3), 15.8, 15.7. Okay, so put it here. Suspension. Okay. Brake distance, not that important. Anti-roll bar probably needs to be higher. Let's try that. Let's see how that thing handles. What are we doing here specifically? The Miami Every Zone track, which is a new track, was the only Every Zone track that was missing. We already had Giants Every Zone and Jersey and all that kind of stuff, but not the Miami yet.
3, 2, 1.
That's one lap, I'm assuming. 121,000 points. What are people doing here? Because my car on the bump had a bit of a problem. 240 is the world record. We're not even that far up. Surprisingly. Let's see. A green part, that's always a handful. Very handy if you have yellow parts and you win green parts. Okay, let's have a look again. There was some issue with the bumps. Quarter mile. That's another good idea. Let's try that. Do another run.
Three, two, one.
What? Why did it slow down like crazy? Six again. It's stable though. I'm gonna change one click that I put back on 8, the anti-roll bars. Gonna put them back on 9. That worked better. What did we want? I'm gonna use that same car for the what are they using here? I'm assuming the Maserati. Yeah, of course. That's a bit of a problem because I don't have that car on this driver. We'll first do the Ford touring car, which is the giant racetrack at night by the looks of it.
1.
I'll stop talking so you can start driving.
Change the camera. I don't know what it is if you drive with keyboard with camera from behind. I think it does not steer the same than when you use the hood camera. Here of course we have a bit of a problem that we don't have any nitro refill and boost a nitro chemist set we do not have here on this driver, so but nevertheless 128,000 points. Not that bad, eh? 254. Right. Okay. Yeah, the other track I'm also gonna do with this, although it has no restriction. Let's have a look what we have available. To be sure, double check. No, I do not have that one. But I do want to test this one also during the week, because I think that this one is actually better than the 2016. But for now we will use this one. We have the parts on this one now, so
3,
this is the Miami racetrack.
2,
Bit better weather conditions this time, apparently.
I don't know why anyone else is even bothering.
Really? Oh my god. Oh my. Okay, so this is the repeat of last week's track.
2,
In other words, turn around, reset. Checkpoint is still not replaced.
You're so gonna win this one. You just took the lead.
Yep, same as last week. My god. Really, devs? Are you kidding me? Back on track, that's right. Don't get this line right, then you're in trouble with 3-4. We did 240 something last week in the NC12. But yeah, I was bumping around a bit. But yeah, you see, it's the same track as last week. 137,000 points, blindly. The stupid reset cuts. So people are using a bug on the speed trap. People are using resets on this touring car. Maybe on the other touring car there are also some recut. I think we're pretty easily gonna get over 1 million points on the summit. The other two are Alpha GP, and we have the hypercar with the Bugatti. Okay. Let's first try the Alpha GP. Where do we have the parts on this one, I think? Yep. Jersey City.
3, 2,
And it's ready. Nice.
1.
You're gonna win this easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Wait a bit. 114,000. Let's go faster. Let's first have a look what parts we have on this thing. I think it is maxed out, maximum level, because yeah, I needed to grind something to get the money to buy the Bugatti and so on. So I've done the touring car and the Alpha GP a bit last week, and I did that obviously with the eye on this summit. But yeah, the summit is normal mode and you only win green and blue parts. So yeah, it's not getting a nitro chem set is not gonna work here. We're gonna have to go in PvE grinding campaign events to get the nitro chem set. And I'm also gonna have a look on the settings because I have put the camber pretty high here to avoid the wheel spin, but let's do a run like that and see if that is better. I think we're gonna go wheel spin now. That's why I had the camber so high, to avoid the wheel spin.
3, 2, 1.
I'm sending happy winning.
Yeah. Need to have the inside there because these stupid bots they break there or something. I don't know. That I've done a few runs last week already on this track. Oh, it ended up on 205, 206, something like that. While they're the macro guys are doing 153 or whatever they do. With their super fast downshifts. Which leaves us with the other track here. Yeah, these settings work, but also the camera on 7.7 worked for me, so normally if you put the camera so low, these wheels are spinning and smoking all over the place.
3,
So we will see, but
2, 1.
oh sure.
Fingers are crossed.
Why not? We have possibilities. Whatever that means. 125,000 points. And a bunch of green and blue parts. And we already have 1 million points. That is not that bad, taking in consideration that we still have to do the Chiron event, which will give us hopefully 100,000 points. We also won all kind of parts here and there by the looks of it. What did we win here? Yeah, well, better than followers, I guess. Okay, anything else that we won? That Chiron, do we have the parts on it? We have parts on it, that's already something. Ooh. This seems to be a... My god. brake balance more than likely needs to go to the rear as well. All the way to the rear. $465, $470. $8. Okay. Let's go with that for now, shall we? And see if it works. Hypercar, but we are not doing hypercar event. We are doing also a touring car, apparently. Let's have a look. The Jersey racetrack. That's not very promising, is it? Usually raining there or something.
3,
Oh, snowing, even better.
2, 1.
Go, go, go!
Just have to drive on feeling here because you can't see the bloody road. We have done this track before in the Mazda MX-5 a couple of summits ago, but then it was not snowing. Four laps on this track. Understeers a little bit, but other than that, pretty okay handling wise. That's not so good time, I think. Just a hunch. 114,000 points. What are people doing here? 227. But yeah, that might be with slipstream and so on. Nevertheless, I have a feeling the scores are gonna be high this week. Because even with our Noob driver, we have a few more disciplines upgraded, including the Alpha GP and the touring car, but we don't have nitrochemist sets, we don't have recalibrated parts and so on. Even there, with this thing, we managed to get already 1.2 million points. 58 overall out of almost 7,000 people which are ranked. This is a pretty high score for day one. and seen what can we win. Have we checked that yet? We win a legendary loot set here for gold. But yeah, the logic in these things also, eh? Like we have a complete summit which is touring car based, and now they're gonna give us at the end of the week they're gonna give us a loot digger set so that we can grind for parts for the touring car. Why didn't they give us this set last week so that we could actually use it in this week's summit to get some loot digging and do some touring car events and then try to get the nitro chemist? Because yeah, it's a loot digger with gold finder and lucky, which is pretty much the perfect setup if you want to grind. If you then combine it with going to the pilot menu and put all your points that you have on the reach, yeah, then you get like good money and you can get good parts from the events. But yeah, it's so pointless. That's like at the end of a week of doing touring car events, then you win a touring car loot digger set so that you can grind for parts. And next week they probably don't have touring car. No, of course not. Yeah, it is what it is. But what it also is that we are 58 with 1.2 million, and we didn't really put any effort into it. Of course, we have an advantage this time that we do have a yellow gold breaker set on that bike. A score breaker, I mean. So yeah, that of course helps to score the 150,000 points in that slalom. The speed trap you can probably score not using that stupid bug that those people are using, but with slipstream you can probably score some decent scores there as well. And the escape, yeah, also there I can go faster because my boat was like pointing at the sky, so I need to put the weight reduction a bit down and balance it out a bit so that it has a bit more speed. And of course, if you have the Frauscher 1414 Demon, then you will even go more faster. But nevertheless, had a look on these events, did the touring car all with the same car, which turned out to be working as it was. This thing here, no restriction yet. Same track as last week with the 3 resets. That's a bit pit spot, as we say. So yeah, it is what it is. 1.2 million. Seeing there is not that much to win. For a Summit player, yeah, it's about parts, it's about cars, it's yeah, these smoky things that is Need for Speed style. I don't have anything with it, whether they are there or not. I will definitely not buy them for group credits. If I win them, I win them. For me, the most interesting in this whole rewards list is that loot digger set, because also the scrap, the spare part pack, that is, I think I already have over 1 million of those things already on my other driver. I also on this driver I have 400,000 because you don't use them, you barely use them compared to the bugs that you use. Would be way more interesting if we could like actually sell those spare parts and get some bugs in return. Because bugs is what we need, because the recalibration, although they have already brought it down with 20%, the maximum price is still 32,000, and very often you need to pay that to get the perfect FX and percentage. So yeah, it is still the same. It's soars between 2 and 3 million if you want to upgrade the car. Before it was between 4 or 5 million. But the price is still very, very high. I am still like these kind of sets. These should be available to buy in a tuner shop or something. And I don't care if they cost me 1 million, but then at least then I know what I'm buying. Now I am paying 32,000 every time to recalibrate, and half the time I'm getting crap and lower percentages than I already have. It is totally waste of time and waste of money, that recalibration. You can better grind for the part itself and try to find a nitro chemist set with pure and extra pump, and then just recalibrate the percentages. That's gonna be way cheaper than trying to find your FX first, because biggest bullshit ever. in my opinion, that they have brought in this game. The recalibrations. Everybody is broke, and other than that, it is what it is. Give it 2-3 months, and then everybody will have the parts anyway, and then you will have people with all the same scores, like you already had like in the aerobatics a couple of times, with maximum score 25,600. Everybody scores the same. No, recalibrations, I'm definitely not a fan of it. 1.2 million is the verdict of the Noob doing the summit number 7 after 1 day, and that was not even like super perfect runs or anything. Just like every week, try to get 100,000 points in all of these events. With the 100,000 bonus, it sort of gives you 1 million, which is normally what we get, 1 million, 1.1. But this time we have 1.2 million. More than likely, seeing there is no car to win, this is already good enough. More than likely, it will by the end of the week be good enough. But we will see. That will be it from me for this summit, from this TheSummitNoob. Very nice. Then Feather 268. Remember that name, because that is also not a legend player that I can show you. He's doing strange times. That being said, see you guys next week. Bye for now.